I carry a little notebook with me because I get ideas at different times of the day. You never know when a story idea might strike you. So I've always got a notebook handy. I do a lot of my initial writing with paper and pencil. Then I start working on the computer and typing out the ideas that I've had in order to generate my story. A story can take multiple attempts before you really get something ironed out. And actually, I can still go back and say, I wish I'd done this, I wish I'd done that. But if you do that for too long, you never actually get a book printed. So at some point, you have to say to yourself, this is good enough, and just go with it. And that way, you actually succeed in getting your book written. Even though my stories are fictional, I do a lot of research for each one of the stories because there is a science basis to the stories that I write. So I research all about the animals and their habitats. I also do a lot of research on the standards for each one of the different states, the science standards, so that I make sure that I keep myself aligned with those. It's important, even when you're writing a fictional story, to have some basis in fact behind what you're saying. My actual background is as a teacher. I have both a secondary and elementary credential, also a special needs credential, and a master's in educating children with special needs. My background for a long time was being a teacher of children with learning disabilities, and I then went into educational publishing. Now I've sort of combined both fields together. I still continue to work with kids with learning problems. At the same time, I work on writing my books and publishing my books. I'm absolutely fascinated with science, and I have had the opportunity in the past to teach science to younger children. Thoroughly enjoyed that. I've been a docent with the Monterey Bay Aquarium now for almost 15 years. And initially, when you start as a guide, you go through extensive training about the different habitats that are shown in the Monterey Bay Aquarium, the different animals. You basically get a course in marine biology just to become a guide. And then there's also ongoing enrichments and advanced courses that are offered by the biologists there at the aquarium, which we always take advantage of. So it's constantly learning something new, but it's an extremely enriching background to come from. And that helped me with writing my books about both the whales and about the coral reef. But also I always have the content on the CD-ROM vetted by at least one expert in the field. So the spider book, The Rainbow Web, was vetted by an entomologist at UC Berkeley. My coral reef book was vetted by Dr. Stephen Webster, who was the former head of education at the Monterey Bay Aquarium. So we make sure that what we put down is always accurate because that's important.